Hi everyone, my name is Mikal Carter. I am an environment artist here in Insomniac Games, and I've been in the industry for a little over 3 years now. And I want to share with you why it's important for you to believe in yourself and why it's also important for you to follow your dreams. Now, my I want to share with you my story because I started in the Marine Corps and then transitioned into video games. Um, there was definitely a lot of feedback that I was getting that I wasn't going to make it. Um, One, doing the research on the employment rate to be to be in the game industry was very low, um, especially at like the schools I was looking at in my area. Um, but I didn't let that get to me because this because being an artist was something that I really wanted to do. It was something that I always wanted to do ever since I was a little kid growing up. I just wanted to be an artist. In high school, middle school, I would just sit there and I would draw all the time. I would draw in my notes. Remember, teachers would think I wasn't paying attention, but I was kind of like half paying attention, but also like drawing. um, and they would test me with, oh hey, if you're paying attention, then what's this answer? And then I'd answer it correctly, and they go, oh okay, okay, but we're watching you. And that was my, I guess, like childhood moment. But when I joined the Marine Corps, I also took the martial arts instructor course. So when I became a corporal, I took the course, and it was very challenging. It was more challenging than going through boot camp and going through combat training, uh, which are both pretty tough. But this was it was a way different experience. I was definitely way more physically drained. Um, but at the end of it, I ended up getting my martial arts instructor tab, and so I was able to train Marines. And I did that for about a year and a half. And as I was getting ready to transition out and to become a civilian, um, I just decided that I didn't want to stay in the Marine Corps. It just wasn't something that I wanted to do. I was always an artist. I wanted to be an artist. I would just in my spare time I would be doing drawings. I would do a little bit of martial arts training, and then I'd stop, take a break, and then I'd start drawing something. And that was like my passion. It was my passion ever since I was a kid. And so I decided that I was going to get out and pursue a career in the game industry. And I remember there was this master gunnery sergeant who felt that for those Marines that were getting out at the time, that it was a dumb decision of us to leave the Marine Corps because we were leaving a secure, steady job to try and pursue a career that, or to pursue something else that wasn't steady. We could get laid off, fired at any point, and I didn't really listen to him. I just kind of ignored him and just said to myself, okay, I'm going to prove this guy wrong. I'm going to prove that I can reach my dream. I'm going to prove that I can make it. And I decided that uh, this was it. This was go time. And I put my best foot forward. Went to the Art Institute down in Orange County, and there I studied for 3 years. And during my time there, I was just hitting the books. I didn't party. Got invited to go drinking with some of my like old buddies and stuff, and I was just like, I'm gonna have to pass because I gotta focus on school. I gotta there's something that I want to do. There's like this is my one chance because in the end you get this one life, you get this one chance, and my one chance was having the GI Bill pay for school, and I only get that GI Bill that one time, and that's it. Um, so I had to put forth everything, my whole being. Just I would wake up in the morning, 5 in the morning, uh, and just sit there watching tutorials, going over tutorials, reading books, sending emails to industry professionals asking for like feedback or asking, hey, what tutorials do you suggest that I should actually be watching and learning from? And I got a lot of good feedback, and I just kept at it because it was something that I really wanted to do. This was my passion. This was the thing that was going to make me feel complete. And while I was in school, there was other students, that were going for the same thing, but I could tell that they just weren't putting forth the effort. After a certain point, I just couldn't understand why. It was just like, um, you're here at this school, you're paying all this money, you have these student loans. Like, why aren't you putting forth more effort into trying to get the job that you want? Trying to become what you want to be. And they would just kind of not show up. They would show up late, and they would just if I was talking to them, I'd ask them, "Hey, what'd you do over the weekend?" They're like, "Oh, I went to this party. Oh, I went up to Big Bear. Oh, I went snowboarding, or I did something." And I'm just like, "You have time for all of that?" Because for me, I wasn't doing any of that. It was just completely studying, focusing, learning, and trying to develop the skill that I just didn't have in the beginning, because uh, making video games just wasn't something I was doing while I was in the Marine Corps. I was drawing and stuff and being an artist, but I wasn't being a 3D artist, which was completely different. I had to learn a whole lot. And to see these people that weren't taking it as seriously, uh, it felt bad for me to see that they were going to fail, because I know what it takes to succeed at something. I When I was in doing the martial arts instructor course, it took everything in me to mentally stay with it, to not say, okay, this is it. I don't want to do this anymore because my legs are hurting, my body is aching. I just don't want to keep running up this hill. I don't want to keep grappling these people. Like, I am exhausted. But you you got to stay in the game. You got to put yourself in the shoes that this is it. Like, this, you're not going to get any other chances. You're not going to get any other opportunities. Like, this is the one thing that you have to keep going at. And it's it's hard to see others just kind of fail, and you try to help them. I was giving out, I was sharing my experience, what I learned, and some people just, they would listen, but they just wouldn't apply it. And I all my hard work ended up bearing fruit as I was graduating. So a week before I graduated, actually before that, before I was working on my portfolio, I started submitting applications because I knew that I wasn't going to, that my GI Bill was going to be up. My daughter had just been born. I didn't have anything else to, I didn't have any other like financial support. I couldn't rely on family. My mom's a mother. She's a single mother, so she already didn't have any thing that could help me out with. A lot of other people just had like, probably had like extra support. Maybe that's why they decided, oh, it's fine if I fail. But for me, I had to succeed. I had to make it. And the week before I graduated, that was the moment where I got my offer with Insomniac. I did the interview, I went through it, And the whole time I was nervous. I was worried that I wasn't going to get the job. My portfolio wasn't good enough. I mean, I had sent in my portfolio to many other studios, no word back. But then when they came back and they said, "Hey, we want to interview you," and when I got that offer letter, that was the moment that I knew that all my hard work actually meant something. That all the hours I had put in for over 2 years actually meant something. That one, I was able to feed my family. Two, I was able to push through everybody else's doubt about whether or not I was gonna make it, whether or not I was gonna pretty much be able to like feed my family, and I proved that you, with perseverance, with hard work, you can make your dreams come true. And I want to say that, and I hope that my story inspires somebody else who may be having doubts or maybe receiving doubts from somebody else. That I just want to let you know that you can make it. You can make your dreams come true. Just keep fighting at it. This is you. This is your life. Whatever somebody else says about you doesn't matter. This is your time. This is your time on this earth. You only have a little bit of it. Do the best you can at it. Because at the end of the day, everyone that is doubting you they are not the people that are taking care of you. They are not you. Their perception of you does not define you for the rest of your life. And thank you, and I hope everyone makes their dreams come true.